Welcome, car enthusiasts. The 1980s was a golden era for American sports cars, a time when innovation and power collided to create some of the most iconic vehicles ever to grace the roads. In this video, we'll take a thrilling ride through the top 10 best American sports cars of the 80s. Buckle up, because you won't want to miss a single second of this high-octane journey. Stay tuned and discover which classic rides made our list. Number 10. 1989 Ford Thunderbird Super Coupe. The Thunderbird launched its 10th iteration in 1989, with larger wheelbase and more aerodynamic bodywork. The Super Coupe, a new performance vehicle, took the place of the previous generation Turbo Coupe. The Super Coupe, as its name suggests, was propelled by a powerful 3.8-liter V6 supercharged engine producing 315 pound-feet of torque and 210 horsepower. In addition to its potent engine, the Super Coupe was fitted with anti-lock brakes, a skirt package, a firmer suspension, a limited-slip rear differential, and an available 5-speed manual transmission. Number 9. 1987 Dodge Daytona Shelby Z. In 1984, the little Dodge Daytona hatchback made its debut. Things were advanced in 1987 with the addition of a turbocharged engine option, which has always been offered. With a 2.2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, the Daytona Shelby Z boasted 200 pound-feet of torque and 174 horsepower. The Daytona Shelby was an impressive performer for a lightweight 3-door hatchback, and it had an improved suspension system to match the car's superior straight-line speed. Number 8. 1989 Chevrolet Camaro IROC-Z. The Chevrolet Camaro didn't have a stellar decade in the 1980s. The larger, more potent 5.7-liter V8 was limited to an automatic transmission, and power outputs were reduced. However, the 5.0-liter V8 engine in the 1989 IROC-Z had become quite the performer, producing up to 230 horsepower when mated to a 5-speed manual transmission. A more powerful rear axle and a race-ready 1LE option code were also offered with this combination, transforming the Camaro into a track-ready fighter. Number 7. 1989 Ford Taurus SHO. Although a family car might not seem like it belongs on this list, the 1989 Ford Taurus SHO was a true gem. A 3.0-liter V6 engine under the hood produced its maximum power at an impressive 7,000 revolutions per minute. This made it possible for the reasonably sized 6-cylinder engine to produce 220 horsepower and 200 pound-feet of torque. Due to its more aggressive lower bodywork, the SHO could be distinguished from standard Taurus models. The sole available powertrain was a 5-speed manual. The 1989 SHO is regarded by many as being on par with European sports sedans from the same year. Number 6. 1986 Dodge Shelby Omni GLHS. Similar to the Dodge Daytona, Carroll Shelby acquired the Omni subcompact car during the 1980s. The end product was an amazing hot hatch that could compete with far more expensive and powerful sports vehicles. In 1986, a 2.2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with 175 horsepower and 175 pound-feet of torque powered the Shelby Omni GLHS. That was a lot of power in a car that weighed about 2,200 pounds, and the GLHS was a real pocket rocket. Number 5. 1988 Pontiac Fiero GT. Pontiac sent the Fiero out with a bang, despite the fact that this would be its last year. This year, all Fieros would have a completely redesigned suspension system that enhanced drivability and handling. Along with the engines, other upgrades included the brakes and steering. The 1988 Fiero was an incredible car to drive. Even if its 2.8-liter V6 engine only produced 140 horsepower and 170 pound-feet of torque. It was also mid-mounted in a car weighing less than 2,800 pounds, and it finally had the suspension it deserved. Number 4. 1989 Chevrolet Corvette. Similar to the Camaro, the Corvette had a difficult time during the 1980s. In spite of this, it was among the most capable cars to fly the red, white, and blue flag throughout that decade. The outdated 4+3 manual was replaced in 1989 with a true 6-speed manual. The modest 245 horsepower and 345 pound-feet of torque from the 5.7-liter V8 were maximized by the upgraded tranny. It enhanced the Corvette's performance in straight lines, better complementing its excellent handling qualities. Number 3. 1989 Pontiac Turbo Trans Am. It may seem unbelievable, but a Trans Am, not a Corvette, was the quickest American sports vehicle in 1989. The high-performance Pontiac, known as the Turbo Trans Am, was fitted with a 3.8-liter Buick borrowed V6 turbocharged engine. Official power ratings were 250 horsepower and 340 pound-feet of torque. However, many people think these numbers are incredibly low. The sole drawback of the Turbo Trans Am, which was offered as a coupe or T-top, was that it was only available with a 4-speed automatic transmission. The automatic was a pain to drive, but it was a fast car at the drag strip. Number 2. 1987 Ford Mustang GT. The Ford Mustang with a Fox body is arguably the quintessential example of American performance throughout the 1980s. Everyone seemed to know someone who had one of these cars or to have one themselves. The turbocharged 4-cylinder SBO, which was available with a number of engines over the years, is often regarded as the best Ford Mustang from the 1980s. A Ford Mustang requires a V8 engine, and our favorite 1987 to 1989 Mustangs are the best Fox bodies from the 1980s. The Mustang's 5.0-liter, 4.9-liter V8 engine was improved to produce 225 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque in 1987 along with a aero facelift. Although the numbers aren't quite in line with the Turbo Trans Ams, the V8 Mustang was offered with a manual transmission, unlike the limited edition Pontiac. Number 1. 1987 Buick GNX. The Buick GNX is unquestionably the most iconic and macho American car of the 1980s, even though it may not be the fastest, sexiest, or finest handling vehicle. The GNX, debadged, blacked out, and sporting a supervillain-like appearance, was a striking contrast to Buick's typically subdued image. A 3.8-liter turbocharged V6 engine with 276 horsepower and 360 pound-feet of torque was located under the hood. Similar to the Pontiac Turbo Trans Am that shared the same engine, these numbers appeared low considering how well the GNX could perform in a straight line. This decade truly left its mark on the automotive world. Which one is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this countdown and want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Stay tuned for more exciting lists and automotive content. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.